to adjust my webcam up a little bit. That would help. Wait, that's too much. Yeah, there we go. Okay. So yeah, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. It's been a while since I've actually played this on stream. I've actually not played 24 on stream, I should say. Last time I streamed Flight Sim, it was 2020. So yes, I have upgraded the Flight Sim as well as everything else. So we are going to be flying with FS Economy. So I'm going to be doing little hops here and there. So our first flight's going to be from Toronto, which we're at now, into Cleveland. Which we'll get that planned out in a minute. This is our plane. So on FS Economy, I bought a little 172 Skyhawk. This isn't the base sim Skyhawk though. This one is the Serenado Classic one, which I think is a little bit better. Plus, it's got PMS 50 integration. I love my PMS 50. I've got to have that. I've got to have that add-on when I'm flying. And there was a mod that was meant to be fixing most of it to like work with all the actual planes, but it doesn't exist anymore for some reason. That thing. I'll put it back. So we'll go ahead and get the covers off this thing, and we'll get it started up, ready for a flight. That takes off all the covers. Okay. Is there a pitot cover that I need to worry about? That's Gregory. He's my co-pilot. Don't worry about Gregory. He does all the ATC stuff for me. Okay, I'm guessing the pitot tube doesn't have a cover on this. That would be something we wouldn't want to forget about anyway. If it's a little bit quiet, a little bit noisy, just let me know, because of course I've got this thing now. Instead of using this little diddy thing for my stream, for my mic, I've got a proper mic again. I've got a Elgato Wave. So things are a little bit loud, just let me know. And I will try and review the VOD later to just, make sure everything sounds just that, that little bit right. I thought I'd put PMS 50 in this. Let me just quickly bring up the PFD. So with this plane, you've got to use the PFD. That must be a PMS 50. I can't tell, to be honest. Yeah, it is PMS 50. Cool. So this should be able to handle our... If I turn this off... Okay, so we've got the autopilot there. I wonder if I can use the autopilot. I'm hoping I can use the autopilot in the PMS 50, because this thing's a lot better. I'm not actually used to this layout of a Skyhawk. This is a bit different, which I like. Again, this is why I've gone for this aircraft. It's a bit different to all the other Skyhawks that you see people flying. So we'll go ahead and get the... First thing we'll do is we'll get the flight started on FS Economy. Just make sure that that's going in the background. It is beautiful. Okay. So that's our main autopilot master switch. Okay. I've got to get used to certain things on this because I've not flown this plane yet. Right. Pull the mixture all the way out. Parker brake on. Throttle all the way out. We'll use the primer in a second. Right. Battery master on. Avionics master on. We'll turn the nav lights on. I don't see any beacon lights, so it's okay. Where's our fuel selector? I thought the fuel selector was up here on the Skyhawk. No. I don't know what a fuel selector is. That's instrument lights. I don't think this has a fuel selector, now I think about it. I'm guessing the tanks are just always on. My cabin air control. If I move around in the cabin a little bit, it might be... Ah, there it is. Right, so both are on. Okay, that's beautiful. I don't really fly with checklists very much. I know it's not the most realistic thing in the world, but part of it's just down to it's muscle memory when you're flying at the end of the day. So for me, I've flown a lot of these general aviation planes, and a lot of the checklists are basically the same. The start procedure is not much different. So we're just gonna do it that way. We'll just set that to map for now. Yeah, so our screen's not really big enough to use for autopilot, so we have to use this for the autopilot. That's fine. Let's go ahead and prime the engine. Go ahead, and it's got a constant speed propeller, which is brilliant. It makes it so much easier to fly. We'll go ahead and give it some mixture. We'll go ahead and give it a little bit of throttle. We're going to need carb heat on. We're going to need cabin heat on full. Oh, that's beacon. I didn't find that earlier. Okay. See, started absolutely beautifully. That's what you expect from a Cessna. External view on this thing. The game looks a bit stuttery because I've just set it to like max settings. I want to really push my GPU to its limit. And you will notice like a little bit of like stutter in the frame. That's because VSync's not on because I'm using DLSS, so I can't use VSync annoyingly. Right. So with that said, let's get our PFD up. I want my flight planner. I wish it sat. Okay, there's one complaint I've got about this plane already. I wish it had a mount for this tablet, like some of the other planes have, because this is like a brilliant utility. But it's fine. So we are at CYYZ. No, not XZ. We're at Toronto, and we are going to. Let's make sure that's set to auto. If it decides to put me on IFR, then we're going to be screwed. So I don't want to be on that. And we are going to, I need my FS Economy tab open, KCLE. Yeah, that was it. I don't know why it's tabbed off that. Ooh, there. Cleveland Hopkins. So it's about 100 nautical mile flight. We're going to be flying over one of the Great Lakes by the looks of things. We want to do VFR. We'll do find us a route. Yeah, so it's going to take us directly over the lakes, which is fine by me. I've got no problem with that because it's going to be a nice direct little flight. What runway are we taking off from? We are taking off from 05. So we're sort of taking off in the wrong direction, but that's probably where the wind's going. Let's go ahead and center that on the aircraft. Don't really need that, because we're going to be doing all that with this bad boy. It should. I've not sent it to the avionics yet. There we go. That should load our flight plan into here now. It should. I used the word should because it should do it. Whether it does or not is another thing. To me, does the webcam quality look a little bit... I don't know. I'm just going to do that on my wave. No, it seems alright. I don't know why I thought it looked a little bit laggy. I guess that's just me. I've realised that you might not be able to see this. My webcam's probably in the way, like that. There we go. Look at that. Alright, so... Has this loaded me flight plan yet? No, it hasn't. I'm going to have to boot this in manually by the looks of things. we're about to do that. So we are CY. Destination is KCL. Cleveland Hopkins. Enter. Okay, beautiful. This won't do a VFR departure, so that's fine. Okay. I'm just going to do something in the settings quick. I'm going to turn the graphics back down to high end. Just get a little bit more of a smooth running out of this system. I think Ultra was trying to push it on a 5070 Ti. Yeah, that seems a little bit smoother. Okay, so now that's done, let's go ahead and get some clearance. Normally autopilot will be, all this will be done by IFR clearance, no. Okay, it's going to try and force me into IFR, so I'm just going to quickly turn off the, turn off that setting because it really, so I was flying around yesterday in a caravan and it was really annoying me because I was trying to land at a VFR airport and it kept putting me back onto IFR. It's in assistances, I believe. There we go, turn that off. Okay. So we need to taxi to runway 05. That's what our flight plan says. It doesn't really matter, I guess, because we're just kind of flying. I'm not using pushback because I cannot be arsed with that. What you're gonna find with my style of flight sim is I'm more I don't go ultra realistic. I'm literally just trying to view the scenery and enjoy the game for the pretty game that it is. Come on, little Cessna. That's also why I generally fly smaller general aviation aircraft. Yeah, just drive through my plane. Right, if I pull out the little tablet, it should tell me where we're going. Right, well, I'll turn right and follow this runway all the way down to the end, okay. That's fine. And now there's a taxi line, that's brilliant. This being a big international airport, there's not a lot of general aviation parking. But it should be okay. We'll get in the area and well, enjoy the beautiful Canadian scenery as we fly across the state, well, as we fly into the USA. So, I've not really said what we're doing with this plane yet. I bought this plane on FS Economy. It was the cheapest, well, not the cheapest Cessna available, but definitely the best value for money Cessna available. So yeah, it's got no equipment installed into it. As far as FS Economy is concerned. And we probably are going to fly most of it manually. I kind of fancy it. But, so yeah, it doesn't have really have any equipment installed into it. But it had only 7 hours on the airframe and the engine, which, I mean, is pretty damn good for a Cessna. Well, for a little plane like this. Especially in FS Economy, there aren't a lot of Cessnas available with low airframe hours. And it was in Canada. I didn't want something that... So I try and base my planes out of San Francisco. I didn't want something that was too far out of field, because I don't want to be flying for days trying to get back to San Francisco, but at the same time, I don't mind a little bit of a flight. It adds a bit of story to the plane. So for me, I think, you know, starting here in Toronto is fine. But yeah, at the minute we are like a little, very little, small little plane in a very big field. Unfortunately, we might have to like hit a few big airports along the way. I will stream as much of it as I can this flight. I've got another 8 days off work after this, so there'll be plenty of time for me to get on stream and do little bits here and there. I promise that. Oh, there's Summit landing. Probably a business jet by the looks of things. What is it? No, it's... Do that? No. It's a generic A320. Yeah, I don't have a lot of liveries installed. I need to find like a big livery pack for like the AI traffic, because it really annoys me that I don't have like I'd be flying out Heathrow and there'd be all the Speedbird call signs going off for British Airways, but there'd be no British Airways liveries. And it's like, why? It's annoying. So we'll get that sorted. We shall get that sorted. And there's another one coming in. Okay, so I've turned ATC off, so we're gonna have to just wing it when it comes to taking off. And just hope that we don't have a incident. It will cancel my flight with FS Economy if I crash. In terms of flights and gear, I am sorry, I am on an Xbox controller at the minute. Ooh, it'd help if I scrubbed some of that speed off. Yeah, I'm on an Xbox controller. It's not perfect, I know, but it's what I've got. I do plan on getting a yoke at some point and setting it up on my desk in front of me. Oh, there's something else I forgot as well. I've got a new webcam. I'm just going to hold short. It's bad boy land. So yeah, the other difference is my new webcam. So I've got a 4K one now. Better than the old little junky one I had before. Right. I'm going to say I just wing this and, you know, go for it. Right, so we're in a little Cessna. We've got plenty of runway. We do not need flaps for this takeoff. We literally just need to push the envelope and get up there. If that plane hasn't turned off the taxiway, we should be in the air by the time we get to it. So let's just... get to roar into life. Okay, we are at 60... about 70, we can start pulling up. And that is a very nice little short takeoff. Actually, didn't even really... says the 172 is not really rated for stall. It can do it. It's not rated for it. Okay, and what we want to do now is we're going to make our left base turn in a minute. that Toronto over us there. I think we're getting a little bit of ice in the cabin. I might have to turn the icer on in a minute. Should be on already. I don't know why it's not. I've got cabin heat on. Carb heat's on. Let's get air into the cab, so we don't want that. Try and get some altitude, and then I'll figure out the ISA situation on this plane. Just realise I'm descending, not gaining. There we are. Actually gain some altitude now. Try and trim this out a little bit. Try and trim it just to be gain a little bit of altitude. I could put off on some airspeed then. There we are. Don't like using the Xbox controller for trim because it's not the most like steady thing in the world. Yeah, I'm gonna set the autopilot. Get that turned on. I think this thing has the most like sophisticated autopilot in the world. We'll see if it does nicely for me. Somewhere, autopilot, there we are. There we go. I'm on. Go to 7,000. Yeah, that works. Now I forgot this windscreen ice situation. I think I need some more heat. So, they're cow flap. EGTs are low. Carb heat on low. Oh, cabin air, that's what I want. That's why. I will have a look in a second at the check. Let's pull the checklist up and see what that tells me. In-flight, cruise, here we are. It doesn't tell me what I need. Cold. In. I think you want that out, Carpete. Cabin heat pool, carb heat pool, yeah. Yeah, I want that in that positive range there. So I don't know why it was telling me. I'll sort the icing out in a minute. Don't need beacon anymore. I actually don't know how to turn the cabin heat on this to get it better. I think it's just got to be like it is. Probably just improve with some time. Yeah, it's currently negative, almost negative 20 outside. Damn, that's cold. One. I will do a quick Google. That's what I will do. Reminds me, have I got my... Oh, the ice is getting better. Look at that. It's actually getting better. I didn't even have to Google anything. I was looking at other stuff and I was like, oh, that ice is getting better, isn't it? There we go. See? You just gotta hope and promise. Plane's got to warm up. Oh, I need to do some things with the map on this. I've just noticed that I don't like. North Hub, no, we want heading up. On map overlays, I want terrain and traffic. I want like that, there we are. That's what I want. I want on topo mode. Topographic. Also, I'm going to say it, I hope that like the audio and everything's okay. The mic is new, the setup is new. I'm using a different software for the volumes and everything. So if it is a little bit too loud, just let me know and I'll turn it down. If it's a little bit too quiet, again, let me know, I'll turn it up. I'll just do what I can to make everything as it should be. Actually, don't know what Great Lake it is. I'm going to be flying over here shortly. So let's open up Google Maps quick and have a look. I'm flying from Toronto to Michigan. So we're going to be flying over Lake Erie. And we're going into sort of Cleveland, so... Annoyingly, we're going over, like... We're not going to see Niagara Falls, unfortunately, even though it'd be to our left somewhere. That might be over there. I'm just going to turn on the visual aid thing, because... Niagara Falls might be like over towards this area here. I think. Don't quote me on it. I'm not from the area, of course. But no, this is exactly why I like Flight Sim, because it's pretty. Am I losing airspeed? No, the plane's just doing this weird thing like that. It's doing that. Oh yeah, I am losing airspeed, I think. Maybe there's a bit of wind up in the clouds that I didn't know about. Shit, I need to charge my phone. Oh, got a nice USB-C cable here. Yeah, put that there. Oh, I'm losing more airspeed. I don't like that. I think our wings are stalling. I need to level out. That's what I need to do. Where I want. We're just so close to our... Yeah, I'm going to leave it. We're close to our cruise altitude, so I might as well leave it. We'll be leveling out in a minute, so it should stop stalling the wing. Well, it's not stalling... I don't think it's stalling the wing. I think it's just struggling to climb. But the thing is, we're 200 feet out of our designated altitude. Our preferred altitude. Give it a minute and see what he does. Oh, here we go, here we go, here we go, and should be leveling out. It should be leveling out. I don't know why the plane's not leveling out. Okay, let's that's 5,000. Wish I had a dual display one of these in. I love the PMS 50 stuff, but just having that one small little one isn't enough for me. Can reduce the throttle a little bit now. Yeah, that's so much more steady now. We're not stalling out the wing. I think that was the problem. We were just stalling out the wing, trying to climb any further than we were. Unfortunately, it happens. That's what happens when you try and push a small plane further than it can go. You end up stalling the wing because it's got like your angle of attack's too high, and because the air's thinner, you get less airflow over the wing. So you effectively you lose that airspeed over the wing, which you need the airspeed for the lift. There are other things as well, like you need to have a certain amount of on a smaller airplane like this. You don't have the de-ice that you have on like a larger airplane or a larger aircraft, like let's say even a Twin Otter. A Twin Otter is going to have de-icing equipment on board for the airframe. This doesn't have that. It's too small of an aircraft for it to have that available to it. And I'm flying what is technically a first generation Skyhawk, like the early one. Out of choice because I like it. I could have easily have loaded in the G1000 version that comes with the game, and I was like, no, what's the fun in that? I like a bit of an older aircraft. I think old planes are fun. I love a radial plane as well. I've been searching high and low. Well, I was hoping that the 195 that was in 2020 had been converted, but it hasn't, which is annoying because I like the Cessna 195. I think it's a brilliant aircraft. I think it's a beautiful plane as well. You know, it is what it is. But yeah, we'll descend to 5,000. That'll give us what we need. So many ovals around here that I don't know if they're horse tracks, race tracks, whatever. Or unless it's like, I don't know. Can't be that big into dirt track racing in Toronto, in southern Canada. It was still, I don't know if we're over Manitoba now. I don't know Canada very well. All I know is British Columbia is one that's on the west coast and Quebec is on the east coast. I know that much. I don't know that, like, I think it's the one on the further towards the east that has the French speakers. I think I know that as well. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on it. Look on Discord whilst we are doing stuff. I don't have my own Discord yet, by the way, guys. That's something that I need to actually work on again. Remove that up there, that'll be easier. Get it out of my OBS display. We're at 5,000. We're below 5,000. It's still descending. Why is this not altitude holding? I get it. Okay, so this is a trim-based autopilot. I get it now. So I set my vertical speed, that's how it works. So it doesn't necessarily do altitude hold, it just literally vertical speed holds. If I set something like 100. Yeah, I don't like that autopilot, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of the autopilot on here. We're almost there. Get this thing back to where I want it. It's doing the shaky thing again. Let's level this thing out now. Back to there. Oh. See what the nav says we've got ETE wise. Still about an hour out. Okay. Probably can come back on throttle a little bit and save a bit of fuel. I'd say we want to cruise at about 120 knots. You don't need a lot more. Oh, it's miles per hour. Okay. So we want to cruise at about 120 miles per hour. Not knots. I didn't realise that this was in miles per hour. I thought it was knots still. Yeah, we don't need to cruise at a massively high speed. Not in a little Skyhawk like this. As long as our vertical speed is neutral, as long as our altitude is somewhat stable, I'm fine. Our RPM is about in the green. That's where we want it. Oil pressure is good. Carb ice is good. Oil temp is good. Amps is good. Everything in this little plane is good right now. Stream-wise, my bitrate is brilliant. That's what happens when you've got good internet. I can see Lake Erie up ahead. This little bit. No, not go away, about that bit. Erie. It's getting eerily quiet around here. Okay, yeah, that's bad. I'll shut up now. We'll keep going. Absolutely love this little plane though. Like, something like a classic livery that I just love. Like the bare metal on the wings, the red of the. Doesn't have to be red, but I like the red. I love red on an older livery. I think it just looks a little bit more classic. You've got the white, the upper component there. It just looks good. Didn't hear it here, but I'm a bit impartial to a tail dragger too. I love a tail dragger, I do. The plane still has like the shake about, but I mean, we're flying with real world weather on at the minute, so it actually is clear in Canada right now. Or should be. Yeah, it's live weather, so it actually is like this beautiful out in Canada at the minute. In fact, you can see the cloud front over there. We're flying in the right direction in a minute. I'm skipping this song, it's like 5-minute crafts. That shit can go to the bin. A little bit more push going on that. Ba, 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 ba. Yeah, this thing's getting a little bit shaky at the minute. There must be just like a crosswind making it go like that. I don't know. Get this thing figured out. I was gonna be like, why is it saying I'm offline for a second then? I look up at Twitch and it's like, oh, offline. I was like, what the fuck's going on there? No, it's just Twitch being Twitch. Twitch being twitchy as always. I really hope this thing gets a little bit less like shaky when we get over the lake. Because right now it's like a little bit annoying. I'm not gonna lie. All those clouds behind us. I swear that's like come in around us at the minute. I mean, still got to go that way. I don't know how much longer we've got on this flight. Let's see. It's at about 50 minutes. We're at about 122 knots. Leave it for now. That tells us our nautical distance here as well, by the way. So we've got a ground speed. Okay, so our ground speed is 121 knots. We'll probably do this flight and then that'll probably be the only one today. Tomorrow I will hopefully go live with some farming sim again. I might get the latest trucks ATS DLC as well and get some ATS going because it's been too long since I played that game and I really want to get back into truck sims. So we'll give that a little bit of a try again soon. So I'll consider this like a bit of a test stream because I've not streamed since I put the 5070 in the PC, well 5070 Ti in the PC, into the machine that's there now. Yeah, that's something. I've moved I've got a new desk. I've got a lot of new stuff since I last streamed. So it's like, okay, I'll do a test stream, see how things go, see how things look, and then we'll sort of figure things out as I go. So yeah, webcam's new. That's this thing here. I'm gonna move it. This might. Ugh. Yeah, that's not a good idea. I'm not going to do that. I do have another webcam I can use for like doing stuff like this with now, I guess. So that's actually one of the things that I planned on doing is because because my microphone's USB-C, right, and I've got a stand for it down here, I was thinking, oh yeah, I could do, or I've got my headset as well, which has got its own mic in it. I could do some cooking streams with my girlfriend at some point. All I have to do is reposition the webcam to the kitchen. That's not hard. I've got another webcam I can use for that as well if I really wanted to. Although I'd probably... it's about how I've got this thing set up. I've got cable managed in like a cable managed sleeve. I'd have to dig the cable out of that. Which, to be honest, I might as well do. But yeah, so I can use the 4K camera for cooking stuff, cooking content. Stuff we want to do when my girlfriend's here. Have a look around. So if I turn this on, there's not a lot in front of this, is there? I was hoping it'd give us like some cool visual markers that we could look at, but no, it's not really giving me a lot. Probably is like over this bit here on this little, don't know what to call it, bit of land. But we can do that later. Ooh. Any what? We're losing altitude. No, not actually gaining, according to the screen. Yeah. Oh, actually, no. We're probably about neutral. We should be neutral. It's set to frickin' neutral. Apparently, this thing has approach hold, which is interesting. I found that to be hit and miss. So on the, I've only ever managed to get it to work once. So it might just be that I don't know what I'm doing. It might just be that I'm setting it up wrong. But we'll figure that out next time I fly with it. That's something that's got a bit of a better that. Let's get through. I haven't done that yet. Ah. Okay, the lake's there. I'm a little bit scared. I don't want an engine failure. That happened to me the other night. I was in. I don't know why it happened either. Like I was in a Twin Otter flying like normal. A plane that I've got like countless hours in flight sim. Yeah, I had the right engine fail on me. I don't know why it did it. I don't know, you know, it just annoyed me a little bit. So I had to literally ditch the thing in the middle of a field. Landed it though. I'm gonna tell you that, I landed it. So yeah, I'm sticking to single engine stuff, I think, for a little bit. Until I get a yoke and a throttle for both engines, I'm going to stick to single engine, because if I lose an engine, I really don't know what. I really am not, like, ready for that shit again. I'm not a trained pilot in real life. I'm an aviation enthusiast, but that's it. I'm not a trained pilot. Okay, there it is, Lake Erie. Realistically, we probably should be flying around the lake. I realise that now. But that's a long-ass way to go. So we're going to wing it and go over it. It's only about 45 minutes of flying. Should be fine, right? If we go down in the water. We've got a life vest, I think. Ah. Oh, yeah, I really hope this engine doesn't quit on me. We have fuel, right? Someone remembered to fill up the plane, yeah? Where's my fuel gauge? I don't have a fuel gauge. That's in up. Both tanks are on. Should have a gauge. Alright, I'm gonna do something for safety here. I'm gonna nose us up very slightly. We can always reduce altitude when we're getting closer to the other side. Do that. I want to put a bit of get. Set this back to where I want it now. Oh yeah. Yeah, I actually don't know where the fuel gauge is on this plane. You'd think it'd be. Oh no, yeah, it is on. So the fuel gauges aren't actually working on this, I don't think. Actually, no, it might just be a bit too full for it to recognise. I don't know. We'll gain some, as I said, we'll gain some altitude whilst we're getting over the lake. That's actually the safe way to get over. It's you pitch up as you're going on one side, and then you sort of pitch down as you go on the other side, getting more airspeed. So hopefully you give yourself plenty of headroom to glide back to land. I think is the methodology behind it. I say this as I'm not a trained pilot. I want to be, but I'm not. Where is it? Okay, so I'm just looking at our route on, well, trying to look at it on Google Maps. We're not actually flying over the, like, largest part of the lake. We're so, in its shape, we're flying over the thickest part, but not, like, the longest part. We're not doing the full length of the lake. So we should be okay in that regard. I don't think we're going to have... I almost said something completely and utterly stupid then. Still got 74 nautical miles to go. And that was, I'd say, see, this is what I loved. I love, like, seeing how peaceful it looks. It's what I want to fly in real life. Canada behind us, and just over there, you might not be able to see it. It might be a little bit blown out. There's clouds there, and just there's a little bit of land. That is North America, and I think Ohio. That little bit over there might be New York still. We're flying over this way. Literally right in front of us is Cleveland, which is where we're flying into. I get a feeling I'm going to botch the landing as well. See what I can do. I'm normally pretty. I like to think I'm okay. I'm not the worst. Now, okay, we're gonna... I think we might be halfway across the lake. Let's have a look. No, we're not quite halfway yet. Four nautical miles, and we will... level it out a little bit. I'd say we're at what I'd say is quite a nice comfortable altitude right now. So we'll keep it there for now, and we'll see just how we do. I'm gonna grab a packet of crisps quick because I'm getting a little bit hungry. I've got a pizza to cook after I finish. Oh, packet of Walkers. Prawn cocktail. To the Americans, these are Lay's chips. To us, they are Walkers, a subsidiary of the PepsiCo brand. You may know for Pepsi drinks, Tango, and 7-Up. Well, I'm gonna camera go weird. Sorry. It was meant to show my McLaren in my coffee table, but it's not. It's falling backwards. There we go. That's better. It's meant to show the McLaren on the table there. I've got my Lego McLaren there. I want to show that. I want that on the stream as a thing. But then, okay, now it's cutting off my face. I hate webcams. Keep it on my face for now. I think that's better. This thing kicks off a lot of heat. Damn. The camera itself is a Ugreen one. I've started to just like Ugreen stuff because it's just they make good quality components. Although they don't make a DVI to DisplayPort cable, which is what I need for 2 of my monitors. Well, okay, yeah, one of them I can get away with running HDMI, but I want to run through DisplayPort on the PC. So if you're going to run DisplayPort, you're actually better off running DVI, because DVI is very similar to DisplayPort from what I remember. In a way, DVI is sort of like the predecessor to DisplayPort. In general, as long as you go from one digital signal to another, you don't lose quality. So DVI to DisplayPort, as long as you're not upscaling the monitor resolution, as long as you're staying at like 1080p, even though DisplayPort will, DVI will support 60 FPS 4K, it will. As long as you're like 1080p, you're fine with a DVI cable going to DisplayPort. And the only one of my monitors that does DisplayPort to DisplayPort is my 2K gaming monitor that I've got in front of me. Holy shit, that's gone up. Let's see what we got here then. Half hour left. I'll keep... No. Pressing the wrong stuff, Luke. There we go. That's right. There we go. So we'll look out the window. Yeah, so Cleveland should just be about there. So, United States, Canada, United States, Canada. Okay, the plane's shaking around again. I don't like that. Are we halfway yet? No. Actually, once that goes down to about 45 nautical miles, I'll start a very slow descent to about 3,000, 2,000 feet. Start pushing the thing back down. I don't really want to lose any altitude right now whilst we're literally directly in the middle of the lake. That would be a bad thing. That'd be very bad. Oh. Whilst we're sort of like over the skies, I want to see what my PC's doing, monitor wise, because I've not. So again, new GPU. I want to know what my checking my temps. 60 on both GPU and CPU. Nothing out of the ordinary. I absolutely love this. Do you know what? I love this new graphics card. So I was really a skeptic of upgrading to 50 series NVIDIA. I was like, oh. So in the UK, we've got a tech score called CEX, Computer Exchange. They sponsor a Formula 1 driver now. They sponsor Ollie Bearman. But they're a brilliant store to buy components from because they do a 5-year warranty. So I traded in my old 6900 XT to them. Got about 300 quid for that, and I got myself a 5070 Ti for basically 600 quid. Cheaper than MSRP for a 5070 Ti. What's better than that is, so my 5070 Ti, apparently they had to open the box to test it because it didn't fit into the previous owner's case. I think they're probably building an ITX or something, because it's not like it's a big graphics card. So I got what is a brand new graphics card for 600 quid. And got rid of one that I didn't like anymore. Because it was just buggy as hell with software. Again, AMD, great hardware, horrible software. But yeah. So I went to the 5070 Ti, and the performance is great. I mean, a couple of months ago I was thinking, okay, do I maybe get like a 4070 Ti or 4070, or do I get a 5070? Because price-wise, they're about the same. The only benefit of the 5070 is it's slightly lower, you get slightly better performance, and you get the up to 4 times frame generation. You get sort of slightly newer technology in it, so you get a little bit better performance out of it. But I was just stuck thinking like, I'll stick with what I've got for now. What I've got is technically more powerful. It's technically like, I'll just go off technicalities, and it was when I started getting to a point where I'd try and run an Automation Car Tycoon game, and I'd get hard crash, and then I'd have to upgrade my graphics drivers to then go and run Flight Sim, and then I'd get hard crash for whatever reason, and I'd have to downgrade again just to run Automation again, and again, it might run, it might crash. It was that, like, having to upgrade and do a little thing, that was annoying me. Bear a little bit of... Ebony, thank you for the follow, babe. I love you. Thank you for coming back into the stream. And you figured out how to use Prime sub. Thank you. Gay. So are you. Chugging. I be chugging. Why do you not notify people? It should do. It should notify people. I'll have a look when I... Actually, I can do this, I think. Yeah, it should notify people. I think it's your notification you need to turn on. I'll have a look. I'll take another look later when I finish streaming. That'll be when I land anyway. Yeah, it should have notified you. fact, I can... alerts. No. I'm just having a look, see if I can figure this out, because it should... I don't know. I actually really don't know. It doesn't give me a thing to check it. Oh, wait. No. It doesn't give me anything to set this up with. Look on like the home. Wait, I might have found something. No, that's ads. Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to check it out when I finish the stream and see if I can get to figure it out. Hydrate. It's got water in it. That has not got water in it. Shall we see? Oh, look at that. Carbonated water. That's water. I don't know. Wait, no, I've got a 4K webcam now, so I might be able to get it to work. See it? There we go. Carbonated water. Water. It's got water in it. It's got actual water in it. Look, when you're here next week, if I stream, you can make sure I drink water, okay? But it's just me right now. Okay, yeah. So I've looked online at the notification thing, babe, and it's yeah, I can't do much about that. I need to turn that down a little bit. Let me go onto my bot settings. Oh yeah, how does the audio sound? Because I was going to listen back after the stream to just change some settings and stuff. Chatbot, that's it. I want timers, new mic, chat lines. Okay, let's set that to every... say 15. Then save. There's a bold spot. There is not a bold spot. It looks like it on this bit here, but there's not a bold spot. I know that for a fact because I checked it. It's just the way I've trimmed it. I went a little bit shorter than I normally do, that's why. There might be a bit of a bald spot up here, I've noticed. You can see my hair's pinning out there a little bit, maybe. That's why I've got to side with it. I've not really, I kind of rolled straight out of bed, so I've not really done my hair today. I need to sort that out later. You think you're funny, don't you? Right, I need to send a little bit. Where is it? Very bad. Nah, you think you're funny. You'll see funny next week. Never do that again. I love winding you up. shot my phone. Manual. Gotta read that. What altitude are we at? We're just below 5,500 feet. I could read that from the gauge. I could read that from this one here. We're at 5,500. It's like a clock. And this one doesn't have the big hand, another hand to go up to tens of thousands of feet, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. But again, we're in a small plane. It's not going to be perfect. Sending, engine RPM is what it should be, speed's what it should be. Everything else is like it should be. See, I can fly safely. I know what I'm doing. I just need I need an actual yokey thingy. An actual yoke is what I need. And pedals. I've got room for it now, so I might as well get them when I can afford it. I will save up for them. Yeah, I really want to get a yoke and like. So I want a yoke that'll clamp to the desk in front of me where I'm at now. And it's actually at like a comfortable position now. Like my old desk, it was like a little bit too low. Now it'll be at the right height. I need a throttle quadrant that'll go to the right, and then pedals underneath me for the rudder. So those, like those ones. I know which one I want. Let's see how much is it at the minute. Ooh, turtle. Turtle Beach yoke and throttle. So in a bundle at the minute, it's 309 quid at Curry's, and it's 210 at CEX. I'd go for the. I think I might get it new. Actually, no, because I get the pedals for 500. What I want, it's got multiple like levers and stuff on it, which is why I want it. So I can use it for general aviation, but I can also use it for more commercial stuff as well. But overall, it's got like a decent amount of stuff that I could do with. So this is like from the actual product page for it. That's the one I want. I don't know. To rudder pedals, I'll just buy a cheap set of Logitech ones. I already know what I'll get for that. They're cheap enough as they are. Wow, what shoot are we at? 5,000, okay. I need you, not checklist. I need my flight planner, my route. Okay, once I can see the runway, I need to. I'm flying into runway 6, right? Okay. Basically, I'm gonna fly alongside the airport, make a turn, and then come in. The way this GPS works, it will take us directly to the airport, take us here. So just 4 when I can actually see the airport, that's when I disengage the autopilot, fly manually around. And we're going to keep descending for now, though. Little boats around us, look. Kind of cool. How do I feel about 11 kids? That's a... one's a ginger, obviously. I think that's a bit too many. I think 11's a bit too many. I can't afford 11. I don't think either of us could ever afford 11 unless we win the lottery. Unless you've won the lottery and you're about to buy us like a massive house. Which one you need to get me like a big flight sim rig, by the way, and then a racing rig and like, you know, a garage to do car stuff in. No. Oh, you're talking about stuffed toys. Aren't you? No? What are you talking about then? Why would I have... Oh, I could say something bad then. Wife swap. Oh. I don't want to do a wife swap. Burke Lakefront. To have a wife to begin with. True. True. But how long is that going to go on for? You're not going to be just a girlfriend forever, you know. What about watching Wife Swap? I'll happily watch it with you when you come here. There's a few clouds around now. Oh, you're watching it right now? Okay, that makes more sense. He has 11 kids. Damn. Damn. That's a lot of kids. It is a lot of kids for one person to have, I'm not gonna lie. One ginge. Other than only has 2. Yeah, that's about more normal. Yeah, that's a normal amount. She isn't happy. I can imagine. Would you be happy if you got suddenly drafted into looking after 11 kids? I don't think so. Go for your Sunday dinner. Do like kids though. You like kids though? True, you like kids. I read that you don't like kids and I was gonna be like, what? You've lied to me this whole time? No. I think 11's too many still though. I think like 4 or 5 is the upper limit. Like, and even then that's a lot. Right. I'm going to descend a little bit more now. Pull the throttle out a little bit. quiet at the minute in this plane. How far are we out? We're 11 nautical miles out, so should... Yeah, it's literally right in front of us there. Okay, yeah, that's it there. So I'll get over this bit here, this seafront, and then figure out where to go from there. Wow, they're very high-res buildings. It actually gets better when you fly closer. It's because of the distance, and it's streaming it, so... Okay, fly... Ah, she tells me the routes. Okay, that's pretty cool. Go down to about 2,000 and then we'll level out again. Okay, yeah, let's level out now because we're doing that little wiggle again. Okay. Question now is, am I going to want some flats to descend with or not? I like all the swaying that the plane's doing. I really don't like that. Okay, let's engage autopilot. Let's do this manually now. Gain a little bit of altitude. Bit where I've got to concentrate because, well, yeah, it's very windy. Oh, I need to turn around in this wind. So we're not landing on that one, we're landing on that one there. I can sort of see it. Speed's good still. It's windy by the amount of throttle I'm having to do to go this way. Sergeant Good Gaming, hello, how are you? It's been a while. Kind of coming as we're getting ready to land. I'm just flying around the airfield now. I'm gonna fly alongside it and then turn on base and land on. Well, that's that one there. Use my cursor to point it out. I hope you're doing good. Oh, yeah, this is windy. That's windy as fuck. I'm gonna try and... it's very windy. I can... yeah, this... It's a problem with flying with real world weather is sometimes you get just like this real... You get the wind and you're in a little plane and you can just feel it getting chucked around in the wind. Right. As far as I'm aware, that runway's inactive and we want to get on to 6 right. What's this message on my thing? Need to get... I'm still using controller, that's what I'm on at the minute. But I'm on 2024 now, which is a lot better than 2020. It's got a few improvements. But I need to get a yoke. That's my next investment. I want to get the Turtle Beach Velocity 1 yoke and throttle, and then I'm going to just get a different set of pedals. I'll be able to get like a Logitech set. Logitech pedals are quite cheap for what they are. Right. Let's turn on base. We're almost there. Zoom in me GPS a little bit. We're overspeeding at the minute. I'm going to pull back on the throttle and I'm going to slow down a little bit whilst we're getting ready for our turn on our approach. Yeah, I really want actual flight controls. I've had it before and it's so much nicer, so much smoother. But a controller will do. Like, Microsoft Flight's designed around a controller, unlike other games. Unlike like X-Plane, which has controller support just for the sake of having it, but it's not as good. It's expensive though. It is. You're not wrong. It is expensive. The one I want's like $400 US, 300 quid UK. Right. Make our turn. And after making our turn, I'm gonna start engaging some flaps. Full flaps. Make the thing nice and draggy. We'll get some gas going. Okay. Nice and gentle, not stall out the wing. Okay. And this is why we use flaps. We don't need to worry too much about our final approach. Plenty of runway to set it down in a small plane like this. All I've got to worry about now is my speed and my approach angle. We'll get a little bit better aligned with the runway. But you can see from the yoke how much input I'm having to put in to keep this thing somewhat like level and somewhat stable in the air. There we go. Okay, so according to the PAPI lights, which I can just about see now, we're coming in a little bit steep. Currently it's about 750 feet per minute at the minute. It's okay because we will level out. We'll do a bit of a little bit of a level out in a minute. Once that goes to 2 red, 2 white. Yeah, see, I like general aviation. I love general aviation. Especially considering I do a lot of FS economy, which, you know, it's designed for general aviation. Right, let's pull back a little bit on the gas. Just let this thing glide in. Pull up a little bit. A little bit more gas, just to try and scrub some speed, some vertical speed now. Silky smooth. Look at that. And now we've got to find some parking. Yeah, that was actually quite smooth for me. I wasn't expecting it to be that smooth. That's just, again, knowing what you're doing. So you get the approach right. You don't, if you get a little bit too much vertical speed, you just scrub it off with a little bit of gas, a little bit of throttle. Right, we want to go over there by the looks of things. Again, I turned off all ATC because it kept trying to put me onto a VFR, an IFR flight plan, which I'm not in an IFR rated plane really. Shouldn't be doing IFR in a plane like this. Right. And then we'll get this thing parked up and turn it off. I'm actually going to end the stream with that anyway. See if there's anyone to raid in a second. Once I've gotten this thing parked up. And I know I need to make some food, and then I'm going to be going on 5M later. So I just want to. This is more like a test stream because I've got a new mic. So you pop up on my just so you yeah. Well, I'll be on again tomorrow, and I'll be trying to stream a bit more this week. It sounds good. Yeah, it should do. I've just got to sort the levels out when I can. All right, let's get this thing parked up. Where's the parking brake? Is it that one? One of these is a parking brake. I can't remember. Yeah, exactly. So tomorrow I'm gonna stream. Which one is the parking? It's that one. It says park brake there as well. I'm an idiot. Right. Where's my mixture? Turn those off. Pull that out all the way. Mixture, there we go. Lean that out. Yeah, you don't want to overdo it. If you overdo it, right, you burn yourself out. I've done it before. You burn yourself out, and then you kind of don't want to do it again, or you give up for a while. I want to put the covers back on if I can. Okay, I can't put the covers back on. That's fine. Yeah, we'll see if there's anyone to raid. Let's see, raid channel. Let's see. I'm gonna chuck you guys over to Squirrel, who I do like to watch from time to time. He's playing a bit of a space game at the minute by the looks of things, so I recommend you go and give Squirrel a try. Let's go ahead and start that raid. Unable to raid Squirrel at this time. Okay, he's probably turned raids off. In that case, I don't have anyone to raid, so we'll go and end it there, guys. We'll, as I said, I'll be live again tomorrow. Probably either with some. I'm sort of deciding at the minute between truck sim, farming sim, or more flight sim. So I'll sort of decide as I wake up tomorrow and decide what I'm going to play. I am into Flight Sim at the minute, so that is kind of like my big, kind of what I want to play at the minute. But I'll see you all tomorrow. Have a lovely evening. I'm going to grab some food and then hop on 5M for a bit. So I can't stream that, so you'll just see me around if you are in my community. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.